Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all the students, parents and viewers. Can a student prepare seriously for competitive examinations like JEE or NEET during classes 11 and 12 while having the flexibility to manage their time and balance board and competitive exam preparation effectively? For students and parents, the key question is whether this flexibility comes through a recognized and credible pathway that supports long term academic goals. The National Institute of Open Schooling, or the NIOS Board, offers such a nationally recognized option. But how does it work in practice? And can it help students reach premier institutions, pursue higher education, and build successful careers? To explore these questions, we have brought together a special panel of accomplished NIOS alumni who have secured admission to institutions such as the IITs and BITS Pilani and gone on to build successful careers with leading organizations. Now, without any further delay, I would like to invite Amit Gupta sir, Vice President at Allen and an NIOS expert who will be moderating today's panel discussion.
Okay, great. So, I am going to introduce you all three of them. Pranav is one of the panelists whose academic journey stands an inspiring example of excellence, perseverance and a deep passion for learning and research. A proud Allen student, Pranav is also from Allen Chennai and NIOS Alumnus. Pranav has consistently demonstrated exceptional academic performance at the national level. In 2022, he secured an impressive AIR 60 in JEE Main and AIR 164 in JEE Advanced, earning admission to IIT Madras, where he pursued his BTech in Computer Science and Engineering. His achievement extends well beyond JEE. He is a KVPY SA 2021 scholar with AIR 13 and NTSC scholar and has also successfully cleared stage 2 of both Chemistry Olympiad and Astronomy Olympiad. He is having strong aptitude in science, mathematics and research from an early stage. Taking the next steps in his academic journey, he will soon be heading to the University of California, Berkeley for higher studies, one of the world's most prestigious institutions for research and innovation. Pranav's journey from NIOS to Allen and to IIT Madras, now USC Berkeley, demonstrate that academic excellence knows no boundary. We are delighted to have him with us today and look forward to hearing what his experience, preparation strategy, research journey and advice for aspiring students. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. Pranav. Oh, great. Welcome, Pranav.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yeah. The next alumnus is Ms. Palak Kothari, whose journey is sure to resonate with many students and parents joining us today. Palak belongs to Jaipur. A proud Allen student of Allen Jaipur and NIOS alumna, Palak went on to the secure admission to the IIT Guwahati and pursued BTech in Mechanical Engineering along with a minor in Computer Science and Engineering. After graduating, she began her professional journey with Oracle, one of the world's leading technology companies. Today, she is based in Hyderabad and is working with Cornerstone On Diamond, a global leader in talent and learning solutions. Her journey right from Allen to IIT and the professional world is a powerful testament to the opportunities available to students who combine determination, hard work and the right guidance. For students and parents who may have questions about higher education and career prospects, after NIOS, Palak's experience offers valuable insight. We are delighted to have her with us today and look forward to hearing her experiences, learning and advice for aspiring students. Please join me in warmly welcoming Ms. Palak Kothari. Welcome, Palak.
Hi sir, hi everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to this panel.
And our next panelist, she is Ms. Simran Christy Serrao, whose journey is a remarkable example of how determination, talent and the right academic pathway can help students achieve their aspirations. A proud NIOS alumna, Simran is currently pursuing a dual degree in BE Computer Science and MSc Biological Sciences at BITS Pilani, KK Birla, Goa campus, one of the India's most prestigious institution. She is a Khorana Scholar 2025 cohort of United States, a highly selective program that recognizes exceptional students and provide international research opportunities. She has also worked as a research intern at Stanford Medicine and CSIR IM Tech, gaining exposure to cutting-edge research at leading institutions. For students and parents who often wonder whether NIOS can serve as a strong foundation for higher education, internal foreign education and career success, Simran's journey provides a compelling answer. Her experiences demonstrate that with the right support, dedication and vision, NIOS students can excel at the highest level of academia and research. We are delighted to have her with us today to share her NIOS journey. Please join me and warmly welcome Ms. Simran.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, Simran.
Thanks a lot for inviting me.
Firstly, Pranav, although I have given your introduction, but we would want to have your journey and what you are doing so far. Where are you heading after IIT as you are graduating to 2026 itself? And how is your experience about NIOS? We want to have from you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the introduction, and I hope I'm audible. Is it all okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I've just graduated from IIT Madras. I did a computer science degree, BTech, and after this I would be pursuing further research in UC Berkeley in the US. So my journey with both Allen and NIOS has been quite good because I was an Allen student. And I also did NIOS in the like as my board. I didn't go with the existing option of a CBSE school. I was studying with the NIOS board. And the reason why NIOS board was very useful for me was primarily because I could finish most of my exams before the final J during JE main or in between the JE main time. And my year was also COVID time, so it was slightly different for me. The sense that instead of October, my exam was in January. The January the year before the my JE. So I gave three subjects at that time, and I kept only physics and chemistry in the last because of them involving practicals, and I had to actually come to the study center and complete my practicals. Other than that, all the other exams like English, computer science, and math, I finished it earlier in October, the October shift itself. So that kind of helped me free up a lot of my time so that I can concentrate on JE mains and JE advanced. And unlike some of my peers who had to spend like almost 1 month to finish off all the board exams, I didn't have that problem, and I could actually concentrate more on solving questions and doing previous year questions at the time of JEE mains, and that kind of helped me achieve a good JEE mains rank as well. So that is the primary reason why NIOS was helpful. And the second thing is, as sir mentioned, it in terms of cost, there is I think the registration fee is around a few thousand rupees, and that's it. You don't have to pay any money for the school or anything of that sort, and I think the examination fee is also fairly minimal. So, I mean, again, unlike some of my peers who had to spend money to register in a school, that was not the case for me because I was in NIOS. And the exams and the textbook is almost self-explanatory. You can just study it on your own. And again, in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, it's almost the same as JEE. I think like if you are studying for JEE, this will be very, very easy for you. And English is the only thing where you have to just study the textbook, and self-study is sufficient for English. And computer science is also something where it is something which you might have to do yourself. So you have to take up five subjects. I took up these five subjects: physics, chemistry, maths, computer science, and English. And yeah, I mean, it was fairly smooth. Again, three subjects are already something which I have covered, and two of them, the textbooks are very good. They're very well explained, and I found them to be quite much better than the CBSE textbooks which my friends used because they had very concise points and it was very clear what to write given a question. And there were a lot of practice questions in the textbooks themselves. So yeah, otherwise it was a smooth experience for me, and obviously the board is accepted in IIT, so there was no problem related to joining IIT with this board. And subsequently, even for my higher studies, there is no problem whatsoever because this mark sheet is valid everywhere. It's a valid accredited. So yeah, that was my experience briefly with some of the advantages of NIOS helping me to
So
pursue.
Pranav, in fact, I was before you joined, I was telling parents that we have exam distribution, and you are the one example who has used this distribution pattern also. Although this was a COVID year, it was very, very tough. You distributed the exam, relaxed for that purpose, as well as you took. As I told you that we have a vast choice of subjects, and Pranav was comfortably able to take because he was, if I remember correctly, you wanted to appear into KVPI also. So you wanted to have a biology also. So
Correct.
you
I took,
took maths and biology together. So
yeah.
thank you, Pranav. I'll come back to you. Let me have one introductory round with everybody. So now, Palak, you are from Jaipur and you are working in Hyderabad right now. So you have connection with Ellen also. You are Ellen student. So how you joined this? Did you not felt any stigma, social stigma? Log kya kahenge? What about my job? If I'm getting into IITs, will somebody accept me or not? And how it helped you, NIOS? How the decision made, and how it helped you?
Sure. Hi, sir. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all. So, regarding the social stigma, I would say that was never a problem for me because my family, my brother is into an iOS for almost 20 to 30 years now. And it is it is completely equivalent to the CBSE board. Both CBSE and NIOS are the boards of Government of India. It's just that it's open schooling and you get flexibility and a lot of time for your self-study and preparation. So this is one of the major thing. I joined NIOS straight after 10th. And what I feel is while preparing for J through Ellen, one thing became very clear for me that scoring good or scoring a good rank in competitive exams is not just about how hard you work, but also how effectively you manage your time. So, and that's the biggest thing NIOS gave me, which is time and flexibility. So instead of spending a lot of hours managing the traditional school schedule, I could focus more on self-study or studying concepts deeply. So when I knew that there are a lot of benefits that NIOS provides, it was never a question for me that is it valid or will the society accept it? Will this be accepted in corporates? To be honest, I have been working in corporate for almost 3 years now, and whether it was getting into IIT Guwahati or applying for internships or sitting for placements, from joining Oracle till Cornerstone now, I have never faced a situation where being from NIOS was a disadvantage. So I'm now, when I have been through all of this, I am even more sure that it is completely valid and nobody ever differs you on the basis of your board, whether it's CBSE or an iOS or any other IB board or something. So yes, sir,
So
it was.
it is not a question which boards are you coming from, whether it is a
Yes,
CBSE, ICSE, or state board, or maybe an IS board.
yes,
It matters what you have learned, what the skill
yes.
you have, what the skill set, what the passion you have to do. So now coming to you, Simran, you are doing a dual degree. You're doing it from BITS Pilani. So please
Yes.
share your journey, your experience, and your feelings about this.
Yes, so thank you, sir. Firstly, I would like to vouch for all the experiences shared by my fellow panelists, Palak and Pranav. So I won't repeat them. Exactly as they said, I have the same opinions. I'd like to add on by saying that I feel, again, I was during the COVID batch, so a lot of us were, under lockdown and we were at home. And at that age, 16 to 17 years, it's a transition into adulthood, right? So students have a lot on their head apart from getting a good rank. And I feel I had the privilege of sitting and discussing my future career plans with my professors just because I had time because of NIOS. So I would like to hear any doubts regarding this, and I'd like to say that this is probably one of the best opportunities to understand yourself and take a good decision. You don't want to regret 4 years later when you're about to graduate saying that I didn't think about it and I just kept studying 24/7, you know?
Simran, you are a Khorana scholar. Can
Yeah.
you please elaborate it? What is this scholarship and how many kids get it around the world and how many people from India get it?
So Khorana is a scholarship by Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, and Indo-US Science and Technology Forum, IUSSTF. So it is mainly given for research in the field of bio and biotechnology to pre-final year to second year onward students, like mostly undergrads or MTech students, just not final year MTech students. So it's mainly for Indian students to pursue research in any university in the United States. So there are 75 students every year. I think this year it's not there because of the political problems in the US. But yeah, so I managed to get the scholarship at the end of my third year, and I had to apply to labs, and I was lucky that a professor at Stanford was willing to host me, and I spent 10 weeks at Stanford. And I got a stipend of 3,000 USD. So that's the
Great.
Parana
So
scholarship.
India government sponsored you to do the research with the US university,
Yeah.
and was there this not a blockage for your board, was not a blockage for this scholarship?
Honestly, they don't even care about your 12th marks. So, and it firstly, if it's a government scholarship, they will accept a government board. So, and even when during my visa process or when Stanford was giving me my ID and everything, they never really had an issue with my board ever, as long as I was qualified.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for this first round. I would like to have some specific questions from each one of you, and then we will be taking the questions from our audience also. In the meantime, I want to have one more guest. He's from Allen Global Studies Division. Uh, Allen is having a Allen Global Studies Division, which is the global pathway arm of Allen Career Institute, dedicated to helping students like you crack international tests like the SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, and AP, build world-class profiles, and secure admission at the best of the universities across the US, UK, Canada, and beyond. So I want to introduce here today the expert from AGSD department, Mr. Angad Singh Chopra. So hi Angad, welcome. He's
Hi, a
helped
very good afternoon.
over 3,000 students from 50 plus countries securing admission at Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Oxford, Cambridge, Columbia, UC Berkeley, CMU with a 95% success rate at Ivy League and top tier institutions. So he's not just an admission consultant, he has worked and research inside these very institutions and Yale, Carnegie, RWTH and Einstein Medical Schools. In cutting edge fields like AI, bioinformatics and medical imaging, he knows what the world's best universities want because he's been into this site. So Angad, I want you to help us parents understand that what can be the difference of the board if other parameters are good for securing the admission into the overseas, right, foreign universities. So whenever there is a question comes, I would want you to pitch in,
Hmm.
right? You are the expert for that. So before that,
Definitely.
I'm coming back to you, Palak. What was your fifth subject, and why you opted that?
Sure, sir. My fifth subject was data entry operations. Why I opted for data entry operations is because of its structure. So, as much as I remember, the practical component of this particular subject is 70 marks out of 100. I think 60 or 70 marks, I don't remember exactly. And this helps a lot because in practicals, it was a very simple subject like some computer that you study in your seventh or eighth. It's not even more than that. So the theory was what is the shortcut for copying, like copying a text. So it's just control plus C.
Control C. Even
Yeah.
I can pass that examination.
So these are the kinds of questions that appeared in the theory exams. While the practical, it was typing and then showing the instructor the shortcuts, how you copy, paste using Excel, and very simple like Microsoft Word, Excel, and things like that. So the practical component was more. Secondly, it was very easy. And I also recommend that choosing the fifth subject is very important because this is most of the times this is the subject that you will be giving in the last attempt. So how I appeared for examinations. So you have three attempts, one in October, then one in April, then October, and then the April, which is the main time. I took five subjects: English, physics, chemistry, maths, and data entry operations, which is close to your early computers in school. I appeared for English in the first April attempt, and I would say that the English in NIOS is pretty easy. Even the examination pattern, which is there in all the subjects, is more on the MCQ side. You have like 30, 40, 50% of the theory examination, which is MCQ. Then in October, I appeared for physics, chemistry, and maths. So, as all of you might be knowing, that by September, the course for the 11th and 12th ends at LN or any other coaching center. So you are freshly prepared and you have time to revise things up. And by October, you know all of the things that are required for NIOS examination if you are preparing consistently for JEE or NEET. So I gave physics, chemistry, and maths in October. So by January, when there was my JEE main examination, four of my subjects were clear and I had scored good. So the 75% like the barrier was not there for me at all. The only subject which was remaining, because you cannot give all the five subjects till October, was data entry operations, for which I appeared in April. And as I told you even before, that it was like 60 marks practical, and it was very easy to score above 90 in entry operations.
So minimum efforts, minimum attention, maximum score,
Yes.
and the no anxiety for getting 75%,
Yes.
which is your core aim. Okay. You have been into Oracle. Was it a campus selection?
Yes. Oracle was an on-campus placement.
Okay, and you switched it from Oracle to Cornerstone on demand. So you are into corporate. I think a lot of people must be anxious to know that whether the corporates accept the NIS or how do they treat it. Are you treated differently? You are not. It is not given any attention, or how it has happened. We just want to know.
So to be honest, like for a corporate, it is the only thing that matters is your skills, your work, and what you have achieved till now. Which board you come from, they do not care about it, whether NIOS or CBSE, or any other board, as I mentioned earlier as well. And I have realized, and through I've given a lot of interviews and realized that sometimes even the interviewers are curious about NIS board who do not know about
So
this.
you get a hook to talk to.
Yeah. And I mean, they also feel that the student is aware from so like long back. And some of them are even amazed and excited about this, and they also appreciate that I invested my time and managed things in a better way earlier only. So I think it was never a problem for me till now. It's been like almost 3 years now. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Palak. Coming to Pranav. Pranav, you secured AIR 60 in JEE Main, AIR 164 in JEE Advanced. Do you think there is some role of the board into this? Maybe if this was not the board, maybe there was a different board, your rank might have impacted?
Yeah, I certainly think so. I think my rank has certainly been negatively impacted. And the reason why I'm saying this is that I got a better rank in my second attempt of JEE Main. So the final boards of CBSE and others, I think, lie in between the first and second attempts. So I think after I got a relatively lower score in the first attempt, I had a lot of time to prepare for the second attempt without without my lot of board exams coming in the way. I think I had to give two exams, but that is again far less than the five exams which is spread out over a month for for CBSE as a comparison point. So I think it definitely positively impacted the NIOS positively impacted my JEE main score, certainly. And with respect to getting 75% marks, I think it is definitely a lot easier in NIOS to get that 75% marks. And above and beyond that is again like up to the student, but it is you just need to get that 75% or 80% to be on the safer side to join any IIT, right? So after
Okay.
that, I think the board again doesn't really matter at all in any other aspect. After you enter college, only the IIT or if you enter whichever college that matters, and the board ceases to matter after you get admission into the college. So this is the point which I would also like to mention. But yes, to the question which was asked, I think definitely had a positive impact on at least more specifically my mains rank, but to an extent also my advanced rank because I, as some of the other panelists said, I think it's you get a lot more time to do self-study and solve PYQs instead of again going to school and spending time
This
there.
has been
The extra time, obviously.
January to May is a very crucial time because
Correct.
April
Yeah.
attempt is there, the May J advance is there. So as a faculty and as a center head, what Saurabh sir suggests here, I'm just pitching, want him to pitch in between. How the time of a student who is aspiring for JEE, should be utilized from January to March or January to April? What do you suggest, sir?
So once the January attempt comes, I think complete focus of the student should be their first attempt. And as Pranav was also saying, the student who are not able to perform too good in January attempt, mostly they need all the time in between for their April attempt. So yes, definitely it's very useful. At
So
that
yes,
time,
as
the
a
student will be completely focusing on their
or
January.
otherwise, if it is a different board, you cannot skip your board assignments and
Practicals will come,
board
pre-boards will
examination.
come. We cannot avoid them.
Pranav,
Correct.
somebody has asked on behalf of parent, what was your fifth subject? And again, there is a question on behalf of parent that you are going to University of California, Berkeley. So, was there any issue pertaining to this specifically your board while you are getting admitted there?
Yeah, so my fifth subject was computer science. I think I had taken PCM, physics, chemistry, math, English as a language, and computer science as my fifth subject. With respect to my university applications, I didn't face any trouble with NIOS whatsoever. Again, as I mentioned a bit earlier, after you get into your undergraduate university, I think only that matters, and the board just ceases to matter after that point. So for me, at least, I didn't face any issues getting into higher studies. And I'm sure that that must be the case in general.
Okay, so coming to Simran now. First question is Simran, what was your fifth subject, or maybe if you have taken six subjects, so what were your subjects?
So my fifth subject was biology. I'd taken PCMB and English, and that was purely out of interest. I've really enjoyed biology since my childhood. So there's no other explanation to that. Yeah.
So engineering aspirant with an interest in biology. So that is the power of NIOS board. You can have that risk, you can have that experience here also, that this subject is not going to affect my overall eligibility to get into a college, but at the same time I want to study this, right?
Yeah.
I am asking this question on behalf of many of the parents who are worried whether students from NIOS can build a strong profile beyond examinations. Because if you are going to study overseas, there is a profile. So I would take this first of all Simran, and then I would want Angad also to have his expert opinion on this. So can an NIOS student also build a profile which is required beyond your college and the academics, which is needed for the foreign university admissions?
This is a good question, and as Pranav said, once you secure an undergrad admission, the board firstly does not really matter, and second, it's a national board under the Government of India, which is equivalent to CBSE or ICSE board. So it's just you are just at par with any other student who has studied with CBSE board, and in fact, it gives you more time to invest on building a good profile than if you're swamped with going to school if you've taken a CBSE or ICSE board in 11th and 12th, in my opinion.
But Simran,
So,
why do you think, why this question is coming again and again, and why it comes to our mind as a parent that this board might not be equivalent? What is the reason? Why do you think this stigma is there?
basically, I knew about this because I had people in my family, my cousins, and who are older to me who have taken this. I think
Okay.
what happens in most of the country is when a lot of people do not do something, you also feel like, okay, the majority is not doing this, so maybe there's an issue with this, right?
So unconventional, being
Yeah.
different is what makes the questionable to the
Yes, perfect.
acceptance of this. So once this is popular, more or more scholars they join this. This question will eventually end up. So
Yeah.
Angad, over to you. Can an IIT student build a profile and secure admission into foreign countries, foreign universities?
Well, actually, I completely agree with Simran's and Pranav's point of view. Again, as per the profile part is concerned, just to give you my glimpse, more or less any top schools, whether that's IVs or the top 10 schools precisely, I could say. Uh, Previously, I worked with couple of schools, Carnegie, UPET and all. Generally, universities always wanted to see a spike or a brand of a particular portfolio. Rather, I don't think so. They are more into that what curriculum or what board that you're coming from. One best aspect I could see for the NIS curriculum gonna be is that the more flexibility that students get in and then more time that they get in. I had students from different curriculum, IB, Cambridge, even CBSE too. The major pointer that or the major effect I could see there when it comes on writing the research papers, when it comes, creating some stellar projects, or when they're working on the internships, that part they stuck little bit because somewhere around I feel school curriculum is more rigorous, and they'll never get that kind of flexibility. Now, one point definitely I could say, in my personal opinion, gonna be that you have good amount of time. 2 years you could invest lot many things. You could write some good papers. You could create some good passion projects. You could actually work with certain professors, which might be the thing you'll not get that amount of time when you are into CBSE, Cambridge, or any other curriculum. Second, I feel, I mean, more or less, when you are in NIOS and you are looking for some of the top universities or top school, I actually feel, I mean, time flexibility and academic curriculum flexibility point of view, students could do multiple things, definitely at multiple milestones, which these universities look for. It, I mean, if I talk any ex-student who is from CBSE curriculum, and might be if I compare that with NIOS, and might be CBSE one got an 85% and NIOS one got a 90%. But might be CBSE one haven't done much activities just because of academics, and NIOS one have done a lot of things in other extracurriculars, then I could say that is more a win-win situation for any top schools. So crux of my point is, or discussion is that, if you're tapping for any top schools, whether it's Cambridge, Imperial, Stanford, MIT, or any top schools in any kind of major, these schools look for a T factor in your profile, that how you as a brand you could showcasing them, and that brand you could create aggressively in grade 11th and 12th. And if you might be pursue NOS in comparison to the other curriculums, you have more time and more flexibility, I could say, when these activities and these things are concerned.
One small question that to Angad, uh, like if somebody wants to take admission in NTU Singapore, will this board will be a negative or a disadvantage?
Well, Amit sir, I'll not say a disadvantage, but again, as of now, certain universities still not see. I mean, definitely they'll see NIOS as a recognized board and all, but whenever the credentials point of view is concerned, acceptance point of view is concerned, NTU, anyways, SMUs, the top Singapore schools, they expect really academic rigorous students. But if I compare with, when you say that NIS going to be accepted, definitely, but these students need to show the compensatory factor of NIS using certain exams. Definitely, SAT could be one, the standardized exam. They need something around, if they get 1500 or 1550 ish plus around. And the second thing would be your APs, that is advanced placements.
Right.
Considering, as of now, NIOS maths is more, again, the level of maths is good, but their expectations for mathematics is more in the advanced calculus, multivariate calculus, and those areas. So my suggestion, if someone is planning for STEM or engineering thing, they could plan for calculus, BC, AB, statistics, and all, which could act as a compensatory factor. If you have all these three things combined in a platter, then none of the unis in Singapore, NTU, NUS, or SMUs will stop you. Again, just to give you a glimpse, as per the CBSE, they have a like a percentage cutoff this year, 95, 96-ish around, which could be the same pattern, I could say. So make sure when NIOS is also concerned, if I say for 2027 applications, then that the bar you need to set up, let's say 95, 96-ish around for NTU and NUS. But on top of that, you need to give two exams that could be SATs you could compensate, or either with 2 to 3 APs with having a 5 out of 5 score on that.
Right. So this way the board will not be a bottleneck for them.
Exactly. Bold will not be the bottleneck, but as I told, some add-ons needs to be required.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So before we end up this panel, I would want one last message by each one of you, Pranav, Palak, and Simran, for the parents and the students who are having a lot of apprehensions, a lot of doubts. So, what is your message to them about their WATS journey for NIS?
Yeah, I think for parents, I think the takeaway is that this board is definitely a great option for students who want to pursue academics, especially within India, uh, and it offers you a great chance to do much better in JEE and NEET, and it gives you a lot of time and flexibility. And apart from that, it also gives you a chance to finish off your board exams earlier. So that is probably some of the takeaways for the parents, and definitely something which I would personally encourage you to.
Okay, thank you, Pranav. Palak.
Thank you, sir. So, like, if I had to summarize my journey, I would say that NIOS gave me the gift of time, and for a competitive exam aspirant, that makes a lot of difference. I would not say that NIOS is a shortcut. It requires discipline and responsibility. But for students who are serious about their JEE or NEET preparation, I would say it is the best option that a student has in India currently. So I would just say if a student is opting for NIOS and is serious about JEE, I mean, he is in the best place. So thank you, everyone, and I wish all the students the very best. Thank you.
Okay, Simran.
So I would just like to say that wherever I am today in life, I'd definitely credit NIOS to that because of those 2 years. It gave me a good foundation. So I'd say please go to your centers at Allen and talk to the people there. They've done some amazing research. I'm assuming they can answer all your questions. And seriously give this a thought. This might be the beginning of an amazing life journey for your children. This is my
Little bit
thinking.
unusual because not lot many
Yeah.
people have done this. Not lot many scholars have done this. So that is the one reason we are apprehensive. We have done a research, and all these panelists today, all of them are excellent in their individual fields. And I really thank you on behalf of Ellen Hyderabad, Ellen Kota. Pranav, really thanks to you, Simran, Palak. All of you have been very tied up. I know you have to finish up assignments. Simran, you are very tied up, and Palak really coming on this today's panel discussion and giving us confidence and insight to our parents. Thank you, Angad. Thanks to you as well for joining us and answering all the
Anytime.
questions. Thanks, Pranav, Simran, and Palak.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you once again, and we are really blessed to have so many top-notch scholars, I can say, who have joined us today in today's session. So we wish that whatever goal our children have decided, they get to the best of their potential. Wishing them all the best for the JEE and NEET. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Amit sir. Hearing our guests share their academic journeys beautifully highlights how the flexibility of the NIOS board empowers students to dedicate more time to competitive exam preparation and building a strong profile for international admissions. With NIOS, students can effectively balance their board exams alongside focused preparation for exams like JEE, NEET, and other competitive entrance exams. To all the students and parents watching, we hope this has helped you see that NIOS offers not just a recognized, but a highly flexible academic pathway, one that fully supports your future dreams. Thank you for watching. NIOS board है ना?